What's up everybody, it's What Jim, and I'm going to rank all the coloured vinyl I have in my record collection. I would love to know in the comment section below how many coloured vinyl you have and what your favourite is. I'm going to be showing you 9 in total, as I currently have 9 in my record collection. But 2 of the albums I'll be showing you are the same coloured records. That being said, let's start ranking them, starting with my number 8. So my number 8 is Harvest by Neil Young, and the record itself is sort of like a orangey, yellowy, gold sort of colour. But the reason why it's my number 8 is because I would have liked it to have been just a gold colour, not really this orangey yellow colour. It's a hard colour to describe, and also when we played it on my dad's turntable, it was very wobbly as well. So that's another reason why it's my number 8. We'll now move on to number 7, which is GNR Lies by Guns N' Roses, and I've actually got a really rare version of this, which I didn't even know I got a rare version when I bought it. The colour isn't anything to really write home about, but I still think the colour does look quite unique. It's sort of like a creamy colour, and I just think it just stands out a little bit more than the Harvest Neil Young one. My number 6 is Blonde on Blonde Revisited, and what it is you've got loads of bands and artists singing songs from the Blonde on Blonde album, making it a Blonde on Blonde Revisited album. And I didn't even realise it was that when I first bought it. I just thought I was going to get the standard version of Blonde on Blonde. It's a yellowy sort of colour, and it makes me think of lemons or lemon sherbets when I look at it, but I really do like the colour, and I like that it is slightly transparent as well. It just looks really cool, definitely a very eye-catching one. The reason why I don't have it any higher is because I've not really got a chance to really talk about it, and I've got other records that prefer the colours for. We'll now move on to my number 5, which is Colin Hayes, Now and the Evermore. I really love the look of this one, and blue's my favourite colour, but if I'm being honest, I would have liked it to have been slightly a darker blue, because I'm more of a fan of darker blue than lighter blue, but I still really do enjoy the look of this one, and definitely one that I enjoy looking on my dad's turntable or my turntable when I'm listening to it. My number 4 is The Beatles, Unplugged. I don't even think this record is for sale anymore. Now this one makes me think of an orange because of the label that's on it. What makes this one so unique is the fact that there are loads of slight different colours in the record. If you look very closely, it just makes it look like it's got a very unique feel to it. The reason why I don't have it any higher is because at first glance the record itself doesn't really look anything too amazing until you actually look at it closely. And in case you don't know what the Beatles Unplugged is, it's basically bootleg versions of Beatles demos, and it's got demos for songs such as A Day in a Life, Here, There and Everywhere, Your Mother Should Know, and quite a few others as well. My number 3 for ranking these coloured vinyl, it is Jonathan Pushkar's Compositions. Now this is more of the shade of blue that I like. It's a record that definitely stands out in my collection, and I wish I could have it higher. The reason why I don't is because I think it would have been even cooler if half of the record was blue and half of the record was white, just like how it is on the label. My number 2 is Lavender Days by the band Camp. In my opinion, this is the most beautiful looking vinyl I've got. I really do love the colour, and it goes well with the fact that the album's called Lavender Days, because it is a lavender sort of colour. This is very close to being my number 1, if I'm being honest, just because of how eye-catching it looks and just how amazing it is to play on the turntable as well. The reason why I've not got it as number 1 is because it's not a colour I normally go with, but that's really the only reason why it's not number 1, but it was very close to being. My number 1 is 2 records, and they're both gold colours, and that is Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon & Garfunkel and Jim Croce's You Don't Mess Around with Jim, and both of these albums are the 50th anniversary ones. These records stand out to me a mile away. I think they look absolutely incredible. They play absolutely incredible as well. I honestly can't fault these. Vinyl, definitely the best out of these lot I've shown you. I'm not sure if it's the same shade of gold. I think the Simon & Garfunkel one might be a shade darker, but because they're both gold, I'm going to count them both as my number 1 favourite coloured vinyl I have in my record collection. Please let me know if you have any of these records that I talked about in this video. and I'd love to know your thoughts on these records I have in my collection as well. This was, if I'm being honest, one of the toughest rankings I had to do because I loved all of these nearly equally, so it definitely made it quite a challenge for me. I very much appreciate you watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, everyone, keep listening to your records, and ciao.